Hi, I'm Johnny Barfus coming to you live from the Handi Quilter Studios here in North Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm with Kim Sandberg, so if you hear other voices, it's not a ghost, it's not an apparition, it is Kim. So we want to make sure everybody can hear. We apparently had some audio troubles earlier. People could hear Kim and not me, which is kind of like a normal thing. Kim's voice is known and well heard, and I usually am not. So we're waiting for one person to say, Johnny, you don't sound like you're in a well. Okay, we got a thumbs up. All right, hi, I'm Johnny. I'm with Kim. We're here in the studio. I want to show you what I'm working on today in the studio. We're going to call this What's on the Frame Wednesday. And us studio educators, there's four of us. We're going to each work on our own projects during the week. We're going to take 1 week out of the month and kind of work on our own thing to keep our skills honed. And I thought I would show what I'm doing on this quilt. You can kind of see this is a double wedding ring that a friend of mine made. And our academy this year, we are having the theme sort of be a double wedding ring quilts. So if you see the logo, we have double wedding ring. And so my friend has been making this, and I said, hey, I'd love to quilt that for you so we can show it at academy. The reason I want to show what I'm doing here is I'm using a combination of Pro Stitcher and Pro Stitcher Designer, and how you can use those two in conjunction with one another. So with Kim's help, she's going to go on her computer and kind of show what I did. And if you have any questions, you feel free to type those up. We can see your questions, and Kim will read them out for me to make sure we get your questions answered. Do we have any questions so far, Kim?
Nope.
Nope? Okay, excellent. We have people saying they can hear, so that's what's important. So what I did on this quilt is when I saw my friend making it, I proposed that I would stitch it for him. I want to do something custom and easy, something that could be most kind of really customize this quilt, but also stitch it out pretty fast. So I had the idea of straight line quilting in each circle, but rotating those lines slightly every time, and so that you could see so that when each circle would have a horizontal line or a straight line quilting in it, and then I could rotate it slightly in any direction, and then where the melons crossed, they would have a really interesting crosshatch every different direction. I want to make sure that people are still seeing me. Are people still seeing me? Okay, I'm just not seeing myself. Okay, so Kim, if you would go over and first we want to share your screen. So first I created the design, and you can see that on Kim's screen now. And it is, I just did a piano key, and then I made enough. I measured this block, so I measured this circle, and it's about 16 inches. I think I did it 18 inches. So I did it 18 inches wide, and then I changed the size to 18 inches high. It's just a simple piano key that we have in Pro Stitcher, in our Pro Stitcher designs. So that's what I did first. Then I wanted to create the exact shape of this melon. And I'm going to kind of just angle the camera down just slightly so you can see what that looks like. I think you can get a pretty good shot, right? Okay, so I wanted to get that exact shape of that circle. So first I measured across, and Kim's going to pop that up on her screen as what I did next. So first I measured across, and I have a square that is like 15 and a half. So I made a square first, and same thing, I just did a square, and I did this actually on my Pro Stitcher. So I just did a square, and I made sure that square could fit exactly inside that area, and then I shrunk it by about 1/4 of an inch on all sides, so I could have a 1/4 of an inch channel around the whole circle. Then I did a circle about the same size. So I wanted the circle that would fill that exact same circle. So I measured that, and I put a circle together. So you can see I did those two. Those are both just simple designs that are both in Pro Stitcher. I saved them to my jump drive. I took them to my designer. Now, if I had my designer activated on my tablet, I would not have had to do that. But I didn't. So I just took it to my designer on my computer. I imported it. Kim can kind of show what I just selected both of them. And then I turned them to artwork. because they were stitches, right, Kim? So I changed them to artwork. And then I went to the, is it Modify tab? And then there is a really cool feature over on the right that's called Intersect. So first I tried Weld, and if you do Weld, it doesn't work out quite right. It doesn't look quite right. But then I did Intersect, and that just took the best of both of those designs and made one cool rounded square design. So I wanted flat ends where my circles were, and then I wanted curves the rest of it. Then I added back my stitches. I saved it. I did added stitches to that, and then I saved as a area. So in Pro Stitcher Designer, you can go to Save As, and then you just change your file type to HQA, I believe. Yep, HQA. And then I have an area that I can just then bring back to my tablet and machine. And then I'll show you how I did it on here. So I have, we are having one question. Oh no. So that's what it looks like, right? Yep. So Kim's just showing you there on her computer what it looks like, what my area actually looks like. So then I just saved it to my stick. Oh, I might need that stick to bring up the area. I just thought about that. Kim's gonna grab me my stick out of her computer really quick after she safely ejects it. You guys always safely eject your jump drive from your computer. That's a definite necessary. So we're using matching jump drives, and these are magical jump drives that we take to Academy, and during the year we kind of use them here in the studio. So I'm going to see if that, not on that one.
Be sure to close that area folder and then open it up again.
Oh. Oh, dang it. So how do I open an area on my tablet in Pro Stitcher? I just click File, Area, then Open. I've saved it as Modified Area. And you won't be able to see this super well. Oh, kind of. So when I open up an area, it comes in as a pink dotted line. That means it's not originally how it was designed. Since it was designed on a computer across the way, it's not going to open up in a solid line. Then what I did is, oh man. Hey, Ashley, would you toss me a purple pen off my desk? There's some purple, sorry, I have my assistant here in the office. Her name's Ashley. I wanted to show exactly how I did that. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much. Okay, we have a question from Kim.
Tell Mari Piper, yes, this is real life happening in the studio.
Mari Piper, yes, this is real life happening in the studio. That's why it's not perfect and beautiful, polished, like some people get mad at me for not doing. So, okay, I have my design. I have my area. I want to set my area right smack in the middle of this block. So I'm going to use this dry, what is it called?
Air erase.
This is the air erase marker. They're great because you can mark on your quilt, and a couple of days, hours later, I haven't had one last longer than a day, I don't think. And I just did a little X in the middle of my block. Then I'm going to move my machine to where I just marked the center of that block. Then I'm going to select my area because I want to move my area. You can change and manipulate an area just like you can a design just by simply selecting it. So I'm going to go to the area tab, click select. It turns green. That means I can modify it. Then I'm going to go modify, modify, reposition, and then click center. So I have centered that area onto my quilt. Now I can double check that it's right because I'm going to move it over to the side. This one, it looks good on that one. I can move it to the top. Looks good there. Move it to the other side. Looks good there. Move it to the bottom. Okay, so it looks really nice everywhere I have it. Then I can use that area. I'm going to bring in my design that I showed you earlier. So design, file, design, open, repeat traditional piano keys is what I called it. Go ahead. You have a question?
No, but I can show them what that design looks like after you crop it on my other
Oh,
screen.
yeah. Kim also has the saved crop design that we can show you as well. So let's show them that. Okay, perfect. I now have to do mine horizontal, so that one looks the same. So I just brought in the design. Same thing. I move my machine to where I made that X. I'm going to hit modify, reposition, and center. So that has now centered my design over that block. And now I'm going to rotate it. So I want it to look just like that one that we have on the screen. And then I'm going to crop it. So I'm going to click baseline. I'm going to do crop, outside, edges. And now it looks just like what is on the screen there. Oh, it's not on the screen there. Now it looks just like what's on the screen there. Okay, do we have any questions? No. Okay, awesome. So then I am ready to stitch it out. Now this quilt, I did a basting stitch all the way along the whole thing horizontally because I want to keep these blocks straight and even as I can as I go down. So there is one basting stitch you might not be able to see there, but that's why if you see it, that's what's there. Oh dear. Now forgive me, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Just really quick, I'm just going to undo, and I'm just going to rotate this design the other way. So I want to stitch down instead of up. Okay, it doesn't matter to you guys, but crop, outside, edges, baseline. Okay, so now I am ready to stitch. So this is how you can really add some cool custom quilting, but still using Pro Stitcher. I was in base mode. I'm going to take off that. And now we're ready to go. Okay, so do we have any questions coming in, Kim?
No.
All right, if you guys have any questions, we'll hang on for just a second. So to repeat that, all I have to do, well, what I have been doing is I've been saving each time I make a new design. So each one is kind of going to be rotated and cropped a different direction. And then I can just do that same thing, center it in the middle of the block, do the next one, center it, stitch it out. Anyway, it's really cool because I love how the texture it's giving to these melon shapes where the two crosshatches, the two piano keys intersect at all different angles. It's turning out really awesome. So, okay, we will take a picture. I have some pictures on my phone. I will post them in the comments of this, so you guys can kind of see. And I'm using, like, you can see the thread color, I think. We're using this kind of butter yellow thread that really just blends in. And this fabric, the background is like a super buttery yellow anyway. So it really blends in. You can't really see the stitching all that much. But where it does cross over different fabrics, it really blends well. So, all right, anything else? Any questions? Any comments? Any shout outs? This was actually live, coming to you live. Okay, thanks so much for joining us. We want to see what you're working on, so feel free to post and tag us with your hashtag What's on the Frame Wednesday, and we would love to share that and see what you're working on. All right, thanks. Have a good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.